It's really sad. So that those that it suits their tribal bias can feast on it. And they sure did. You see, it's okay for us to all be hypocrites and pretend like this is the first time that state governors are hosting only the indigenes of their state who achieved greatness. I mean, let us all pretend. Let us all pretend that governors don't host indigenes from their state who attended a competition. Even ordinary Big Brother, Nigeria winners or even finalists. We've seen cases where state governors hosted indigenes of the state, of their state who participated in the competition. Why is this a problem? When clearly he did not host just Igbo people. He hosted indigenes of Imo State. A huge difference. See, Nigerians, we really need to be very careful in the way we speak, especially when it comes to tribe and religion. We know how sensitive these topics are, but a lot of us overlook this, and we're using it as a tool to fuel hate and resentment amongst one another. Increasingly, people are using this as a weapon to whip up unnecessary sentiment that does not even make any sense. And a lot of you are falling for it. Election is gradually approaching, and some of them don't care if this country burn. They don't. They must play the do or die politics. And I wonder why you guys just can't say this. Anyway, if you're new here, my name is Osih-Oyelude. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Now, unfortunately, this whole ugly tribal sentiment is playing up more between Igbo and Yoruba. And it's not even making any sense. Up until 2023, it wasn't like this. It wasn't. 2023 election did us dirty when it comes to tribe and religion. And it greatly affected the good relationship between the Igbos and the Yorubas. That's a fact. And you see, these two tribes marry the most together. Every Saturday, you will see Amaka wear Tayo, Oge wears Omotoye, Chidima wears Jide, Chioma wears Davido Adeleke, Uju wears Femi, Nkechi wears Larry. You will always see Igbo marrying Yoruba. So what is the problem? What? Anyway, recently President Tinubu hosted the victorious Super Falcons of Nigeria after they won the just concluded WAFCON. Then days later, picture flooded the internet of Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma hosting 7 members of the Super Falcons who are natives of Imo State. Now, some of them are Chiamaka Nnadozie, Osinachi-Ohale, Tochukwu Oluehi, Jennifer Echejini, Anam Imo, Chiwendu Ihiezo, and the 7th one, which is Michelle Alozie, wasn't present. Now, all these people are indigenes of Imo State, and we're rightly honored by their state governor in his capacity as their governor. Now, some people like Esther Okoronkwo is from Abia State, Chioma Okafor, I think from Anambra, and some others were in there. Now, I need to emphasize that he only hosted the girls from Imo State. Now, that means if you're from Enugu, Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, you are not among those he hosted. So this says that he only hosted people from Imo State and not just Igbos. What is the problem? Why are they playing the tribal cards here? They have managed to make it look like Igbo, Yoruba. And my first question is, how and why? Sadly, VDM started this particular narrative. He was quick to set up his ring light, using his platform to push a false narrative. And then the attempt to even, liken it to Charlie Boy versus Lagos State mess is really sad. So that those that it suits their tribal bias can feast on it. And they sure did. You see, it's okay for us to all be hypocrites and pretend like this is the first time that state governors are hosting only the indigenes of their state who achieved greatness. I mean, let us all pretend. Let us all pretend that governors don't host indigenes from their state who attended a competition. Even ordinary Big Brother, Nigeria winners or even finalists. We've seen cases where state governors hosted indigenes of the state, of their state who participated in the competition. Why is this a problem? When clearly he did not host just Igbo people. He hosted indigenes of Imo State. A huge difference. Now, while I agree that he could have or should have, hosted all of them, because of course the hosting was done in Abuja, but the governor is not under any obligation to do that. He's not. Other governors can, decide to host their indigenes. I mean, the president already hosted everyone. So this other hosting, governor is just bonus. Besides, this is just not the first time governors are hosting their indigenes. Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State on a different occasion has hosted, Yoruba indigenes. Specifically, he has hosted, Aziza Osih-Oyelude, who is from Ikorodu in Lagos State, so many times, and other Yoruba people. No one complained. In August 2023, shortly after FIFA Women's World Cup, Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke hosted and honored two Super Falcons players from Osun State. Rasheedat Ajibade, who is their captain now, and Rufayat Imoran. He hosted them. Why? Because they are indigenes of Osun State. Governor Sim Fubara of Rivers State hosted Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali last year after the AFCON in Ivory Coast. So it's not new. Super Eagles Samuel Chukwueze was once hosted by his governor. That's the governor of the former governor of Abia State, Okezie Ikpeazu. The list goes on and on. Why is this such a problem? Why is this a problem? An attempt by some people to play the tribal card is very unfortunate. Elections are coming and people are hard at work pushing tribal agenda, and we are allowing it. We also know that, social media monetization has messed up a lot of people's, minds, chasing the views, chasing, the numbers, chasing the likes. But do it with some dignity now. Haba. Agenda must agenda, right? Now, every blog and site that I read the story stated clearly that he hosted indigenes of Imo State. But those who want to spread falsehood decided to do otherwise. You see, I see nothing wrong here. As long as they are Imo people, that is fine. This is not the first time. They've been doing it. The worst are people who are trying to compare this and the renaming of Charlie Boy bus stop in Lagos, saying this is the same thing now. He has done his own too, as Lagos has done. No. Charlie Boy and Lagos State saga, to me, seem to be more political and has tribal coloration, unless we all want to deceive ourselves. Then we're not ready for this conversation. It sure does have tribal and political undertone. Anyway, let's tone it down. Let's tone down the tribal card here. We all know election is coming, but let's be wise. Let's not allow these politicians to do divide and rule all the time for their own selfish interest. Let's not allow it. The world is enough for the wise. Let's just be smart. Because the divide both of us, they are still in here. No. Let's all be alert physically, mentally. Let's just be alert. That's it. Anyway, That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I see you again in my next video. Bye for now.